Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Tungal online classes. So in the last session we have completed 15th group elements which is present in P block elements unit. So P block elements, this is the unit contains 4 concepts: 15th group, 16th group, 17th group and 18th group elements. In the last session we have completed the 15th group elements. In this session I am going to discuss 16th group elements, or also called group 16 elements. Group 16 elements. 16th group elements, nothing but. These are called chalcogens and it is a oxygen family. These are called chalcogens. Chalco means ore forming tendency. Ore forming tendency. It means by these many ores, it means calcium available as calcium oxide, iron available as iron oxide. It means ore forming tendency, that's why named as chalcogens. Genus means production, it is genesis, nothing but. It is also called oxygen family. 16th group elements called oxygen family. It is oxygen family. Okay. Now elements are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. So oxygen symbol O, it is sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. So atomic number 8, 16, atomic number 34, 52, 84 it is. So this is about atomic number 52, it is last one, 52, 84. It is atomic number. Okay. Next, mass number 1632. Mass number is 1632. 79 127, 79 127.6 and 210 grams it is. This is about mass number. So now students, the last element is polonium. It is radioactive element. Radioactive element. That's why it is removed from our study, right? So first one is occurrence of these elements. The first element is oxygen. How oxygen occurs? Okay, 46.6% by mass of oxygen is present in earth crust. Next, 21% by volume of oxygen is present in air, atmosphere, nothing but. Next, 89.1% by mass of oxygen is present in oceans. It means seawater. So seawater is seawater contains many minerals in the form of oxides. Next, oxygen occurs as oxides. Oxygen available as oxides, sulfates, SO4 minus 2, nitrates, it means NO3 minus, phosphates, PO4 minus 3, phosphites, PO3 minus 2, nitrates, NO2 minus, sulfites, SO3 minus. In all these, oxygen is available. So oxygen existed in the form of these three. Next, it has 3 isotopes, even by carbonates also. Carbonates. Formula is CO3 minus 2. It is. Okay, students. Now, sulfur. Next element is sulfur. So, sulfur in earth crust, available as 0.03 to 0.1 percentage only, less abundant sulfur it is. It is available as sulfates. Sulfur available as sulfates it is. So, sulfate minerals are gypsum, CaSO4 2H2O is called gypsum. Formula CaSO4 2H2O. Epsom salt. This is MgSO4 7H2. It is a magnesium sulfate, in that oxygen is available. Next, barytes, BARYTES. Barium sulfate it is, barytes. Okay. And sulfur also available as sulfides. Sulfide minerals are, so first one is galena, it is PbS. Zinc blend, it is ZnS, available as hydrogen sulfide, available as hematite, pyrites nothing but sulfide minerals called pyrites. So, pyrites are copper pyrites, iron pyrites, like that, CuFeS2. Not only in this form, sulfur also available as, it means organic materials like onion, egg, garlic, mustard, wool, hair contains sulfur. Organic materials like onions, garlic, mustard, wool, hair, okay, egg contain sulfur. Next, selenium and tellurium. Available as selenites, tellurites. It means sulfide minerals, these are sulfide minerals, nothing but selenium sulfide and tellurium sulfide. These are available as. The last element is radioactive element. The study of radioactive element is negligible. So, this is about the occurrence of oxygen, occurrence of sulfur, occurrence of selenium and tellurium, and the last element is polonium. It is which one? Radioactive element. After that, yes, next one is electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of 16th group elements: oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. Oxygen 1s2, 2s2, 2p4 is the configuration as per their atomic number. 3s2, 3p4, 4s2, 4p4, 5s2, 5p4, 6s2, 6p4. Okay, students. Before 5s, 4d10. Before 4s, 3d10. Before 6s, 5d10. Before 5d, 4f14. Generally, s2 and p4 configuration. General electronic configuration of 16th group elements is NS2 NP4. S is completely filled, P is 4 incompletely filled. Incompletely filled. Okay. So this is the general electronic configuration of which one? Yes. Few periodic properties. Periodic properties of 16th group elements. In that, atomic size, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy. First one is atomic size. Atomic size means the distance between the nucleus and outermost electron. Size it is. You know already, as we know, that no variation, top to bottom atomic size of 16th group elements will be increases because the differentiating electron enters into different shell, right? No confusion here. Next one is ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy means the amount of energy required to remove the electron from last shell, valence shell. So size increases, easy to remove. Size decreases, obviously more attraction between the nucleus and electron, difficult to remove. So that's why ionization enthalpy from top to bottom, ionization enthalpy decreases because size increases. Getting, students? As we know that. Next one is electron gain enthalpy. It is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy is also called electron affinity. Electron gain enthalpy means the amount of energy released when one electron is gained, when one electron is taken, that is called electron gain enthalpy. Generally, electron gain enthalpy top to bottom decreases because of size increases. Size increases, difficult to gain electron, and difficult to gain means the removal energy also very less. Getting all of you? Yes. Now the important one is oxygen actually having more electron gain enthalpy than others. Down decreases, top increases. That's why top to bottom decreases. That's what written. But sulfur has more electron gain enthalpy than oxygen. Reason actually oxygen should have more electron gain enthalpy because of small size. It can take electron readily and releases more energy. But sulfur has more because the size of sulfur is suitable to gain electron, but the size of oxygen is very small. If it gains electron, already it has how many electrons? 6 electrons. Oxygen has 6 electrons in the small size. If it gains one more electron, repulsions. That's why less energy released. Sulfur has suitable size, can gain electron and can release more energy. But the bottom element is larger one, difficult to take, and removal of energy is less. That's why due to compact size, it means small size of oxygen. Oxygen has a lesser electron gain enthalpy than sulfur. Otherwise, sulfur has more electron gain enthalpy than oxygen due to which one? Suitable size of sulfur. Next. After that, physical properties. Physical properties of 16th group elements. Okay, physical properties of 16th group elements. In that, the first one is Now, physical properties of 16th group elements. Okay, first oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. Polonium is removed from our study because it is a radioactive element. So, few properties we will discuss. First one is non-metal. First two are non-metals. Second two are metalloids. The last one, polonium, is radioactive metal. We know already. So, top to bottom, melting point increases because mass increases. Okay, boiling point also increases. Next, density also increases because mass increases from top to bottom. Top one is 16, bottom one is 210 grams. So, mass increases, density increases. Okay. Next, from oxygen to sulfur, there is great increase in melting point because of atomicity. Oxygen to sulfur 8. It is diatomic, it is octatomic. Generally melting points 100, 110, 120, 130 like that should be increased. But from oxygen to sulfur, oxygen 100, sulfur 120, then 130, 140, 150. It means sudden increase because oxygen is diatomic, sulfur is octatomic. Atomicity is more, so you need to break more bonds to melt. That's why. Next one, allotropy. All elements exhibit allotropy in this group. All elements exhibits allotropy. All elements show allotropy except tellurium, bottom element, because of its size. First element is oxygen. If you observe, one is O2, another one is O3. O2 is diatomic, it means two atoms are there, O2. It is triatomic. Okay. So, O2 is paramagnetic. We studied in first year chemical bonding chapter as per molecular orbital energy diagrams. So, O3 is diamagnetic. It is stable. It is unstable. Unstable means 2O3 becomes 3O2, decomposed into oxygen. Right? Next, sulfur. Sulfur existed as S8, octatomic. Sulfur shows alpha, beta, gamma, plastic sulfurs of allotropic modifications. Alpha sulfur, beta sulfur, gamma sulfur, plastic sulfur, wide range of sulfurs are possible. In all these forms, S8 means it is a crown shape. The shape is crown shape. Sulfur. There are 8 sulfurs. Crown shape or a puckered ring structure shape it is. Okay. Selenium available as selenium existed as Se8 and tellurium also existed as Te8, octatomic Te8. This is the allotropy. We will study allotropy of sulfurs in sulfur and their compounds separately. Right, students? Next one, chemical properties of 16th group elements. Chemical properties of 16th group elements. Chemical properties of 16th group elements. 16th group elements. In that, first one is oxidation states. Oxidation states. Oxidation states, first of all, general electronic configuration is Ns2Np4 it is. If 4 electrons removed, plus 4 is possible. If all electrons removed, plus 4 plus 2, totally plus 6. Removal means deficiency. These two are general oxidation states of 16th group elements, plus 4 and plus 2. So, from top to bottom, it means from oxygen to which one, that is tellurium. Polonium is radioactive element. So, plus 4 oxidation state increases, only plus 4, s electrons not involved. That effect is called inert pair effect, due to inert pair effect. S electrons not involved, only P4 electrons involved, that's why plus 4 is possible for bottom elements, that's why plus 4 is increased. Next, plus 6 oxidation state is decreased, plus 4 increased, plus 6 decreases, that's why plus 4 increased. Minus 2 oxidation state also decreases because size increases. Minus 2 means 2 electrons gained. To gain electrons, smaller size must be there. If larger size, difficult to gain electrons. That's why oxygen only shows minus 2 oxidation state. Getting all of you? Right? Plus 4 is stable. Yeah. Sulfur, selenium, tellurium shows plus 4 oxidation state with the oxides like SO2, sulfur plus 4 oxidation state, SeO2, TeO2, oxides. So, shows plus 6 oxidation state in fluorides. Example SF6. Fluorine is minus 1. 6 fluorines are there, minus 6. Minus 6 must be equal to 0 means we need plus 6 is the oxidation state. So, these are oxidation states of what are the 16th group elements, right? Catenation capacity. Catenation capacity. Catenation means chain forming tendency. Catenation means chain forming tendency. Yes, top to bottom generally decreases, catenation capacity decreases because size increases, the bond length increases, bond weaker, difficult to form chains. Oxygen and sulfur only forms. Oxygen and sulfur shows catenation capacity, right? Afterwards, yes, next one is anomalous behavior of oxygen. Anomalous behavior of oxygen. It means in every group, the first element is very small, it shows few unique properties. Those are called anomalous properties. Anomalous properties due to small size of oxygen, high ionization energy, electronegativity, and non-availability of d orbitals in oxygen. Oxygen electronic configuration is 2s2 2p4. There is no 2d, 2d is not available. because of non-availability of what are the d orbitals. What are these anomalous properties? Oxygen only diatomic and gas, remaining all are solids. Next one, oxygen only forms pi bonds, but remaining elements will not form pi bond. Because of small size, there is a sideways overlapping in oxygen, but not in others. Next is oxygen when combined with hydrogen then forms H2, then forms hydrogen bonds by water. But hydrogen sulfide, hydrogen selenide will never forms which one? Hydrogen bonds, because of their electronegativity. These are the properties. First one is oxygen is diatomic gas. Rest are octaatomic solids. Okay. Next, second point, oxygen only forms pi bonds because of small size, remaining will not form pi bonds. Third one is hydride of oxygen is water which forms hydrogen bonds, but not other hydrides like H2S and H2Se. And next one is covalency of oxygen is 4, maximum it is. 4 means configuration is 2s2 2p4. So it is 1 here 3, 1 2, okay, right, 1 2 3 4, maximum 4 bonds are possible by oxygen, but remaining can form 5 bonds, 6 bonds also, s of 6 bonds, like that. Okay, these are the anomalous properties of oxygen. 2 marks question it is. Next, after that, yes, another one is reactivity towards hydrogen, reactivity towards oxygen, reactivity towards halogens. We'll discuss. Now another one is reactivity towards hydrogen. How the 16th group elements can react with hydrogen. The 16th group element react with hydrogen, then forms H2E. It is hydride of 16th group. These hydrides, the E may be oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, whatever it may be. If it is oxygen, H2O. If it is sulfur, H2S, selenium, H2, tellurium, H2T. Few properties we will discuss. Tellurium point of view, bond length is very, very high. Oxygen point of view, bond length is very low. Getting all of you? Yes. Top to bottom, it means from H2O to H2TE, bond length increases. Obviously, bond strength will be decreases. Bond strength decreases. Easy to break means stability decreases. It means it is not existing as a H2TE. TE and hydrogen bond broken, unstable. So stability decreases. It means hydrogens are easily removable. Removal of hydrogen is called oxidation. So oxidation increases. Itself involved in oxidation, reducing agent. So reducing nature, it means agent character, reducing agent or nature character will be increases because itself involved in oxidation by removal of hydrogen. Reducing agent character increases. Right, students? removal of hydrogen takes place. Acidic character, removal of H plus, it means donation of H plus, called acidity. Acidity increases, acidic nature increases because removal of H plus increases, hence acidic nature will be increases. Now covalent character increases, covalent character increases. Getting all of you? Now melting points are H2O greater than, H2Te greater than, H2Se greater than, H2S. I put H2O first, followed by H2Te, because the reason is due to hydrogen bond. It means water can form hydrogen bond, we know, strong bond, that's why high temperature is required to break, that's why melting points are higher. Afterwards I told you tellurium, last element. Tellurium is a larger one, bottom element. So because reason for all this due to van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces. It means size increases, more forces. Size decreases, less van der Waals forces. Right? It is boiling point order. So boiling point order also. Boiling point order also almost same. Boiling point order is similar to that of melting points. H2O greater than, H2Te greater than, H2Se greater than, H2S. Same reason, hydrogen bonds and van der Waals forces. Next one is bond angles will be H2O greater than, H2, S greater than H2, Te greater than H2, which one that is, sorry, H2Se greater than H2Te. Bond angle, if you observe clearly, top one is oxygen, electronegative it is electropositive. Electronegative means these all electrons taken by oxygen, all electrons taken by oxygen. Around oxygen more electron density. More electron density means obviously there are two lone pairs. These electrons and these electrons can repel with each other. Repulsions increases, bond angle will be increases. Reason that is. So this is bond angle, students. After that, this is reactivity towards hydrogen. Now the question is, H2S is more acidic than H2Te. Why? Textbook question is. H2S, in which top to bottom what happened, acidic nature increases. H2S is more acidic sorry, here it is not a question, where a different question, you just verify your textbook, students. Next, reaction with oxygen. Second one is reaction with oxygen. Reaction with oxygen. It means the 16th group elements reacts with oxygen, then forms two oxides, EO2 and EO3. EO2 means dioxide it is. EO3 means trioxide it is. Simple example, SO2, SO3. Sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. If oxygen is there, O and O2, O3 will be formed, that is different. Okay. 2 into minus 2 minus 4 must be equal to 0 means plus 2. 3 into minus 2 minus 6 plus 6. Charge decreases, it is ionic. Charge means plus 6, increases covalent, already given. Plus 6 electrons can gain, it means more acidic, less acidic, already given. Only 4 electrons gained, less 6 electrons gained, acception of electron called Lewis acid. More acidic, less acidic. Right, students? Next, SO2, SeO2, TeO2. SO2 is gas, it is a solid. Okay. Top to bottom. Acidic character will be decreases, basic nature of oxides will be increased. Metal oxides are basic, non-metal oxides are acidic. That's why bottom basic, top acidic nature of this oxide. Reducing property increases. TeO2, if you observe O and O, just observe clearly. Bond length increases, oxygen can be easily removed. Removal of oxygen called reduction. Itself involved in reduction, acting as reducing agent. It means reducing nature increases from top to bottom. Because removal of oxygen is easy. Removal of oxygen is called reduction, acting as oxidizing agent. So it is reducing nature decreases, oxidizing nature increases. Oxidizing agent character will be increases. TeO2 is strong oxidizing agent. SO2 is strong reducing agent. Reverse one, students. It is involved in removal of oxygen, nothing but reduction, acting as oxidizing agent. Strong oxidizing agent. It is obviously reducing agent. Very, very important. Similarly, SO3, SeO3, TeO3. Same thing, top to bottom. Acidic nature increases, basic nature decreases. Acidic nature of oxides decreases, acidic nature of oxides decreases. Basic nature of oxides will be increases. Same thing. And it is acting as a reducing agent, it is acting as oxidizing agent because removal of oxygen. Okay. Next, reactivity towards halogens. Next is reactivity towards halogens. Halogens are, what are they? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, like that. Reactivity towards halogens. If you observe, when 16th group element react with halogen, then gives first one, that is, I am writing here one by one, EX6, EX4, EX2 and EX, also taken as E2X2. Okay. It means here it is E may be where E is equal to sulfur or selenium or tellurium. Okay, right? This is oxygen difficult to react with halogens because oxygen is already more electronegative. Halogens also electronegative. There is no reaction between electronegative and electronegative atoms. That's why the E may be sulfur, whatever it may be. X is equal to fluorine, chlorine or bromine or iodine, whatever it may be. Okay, students? So, fluorine greater than, chlorine greater than, bromine greater than iodine. It is the stability order, students. Stability of halogens. Here, SF6, SCl6, SBr6, Si6. This is the stability order because smaller halogens can stay on sulfur very easily than larger halogens because of repulsions. So, stability order it is, stability order. Okay. Due to which reason? Steric reason, steric effect. Steric effect means the size effect. On small sulfur, large iodines 6 cannot be accommodated. but on small sulfur, small fluorines can accommodate very easily. That too 6 fluorines can be accommodated. That effect is called steric effect. Now, so these are hexahalides, nothing but called hexahalides simply. EX6 means hexahalides. For example, I am taking SF6 undergoes sp3d2 hybridization. Many times we have discussed in chemical bonding chapter. Just verify. If you have any doubt for hybridization, just post in our group. sp3d2 octahedral shape. Octahedral shape. The shape is just like this. Yes, F it is 4. Yes, right. SF6 octahedral shape. Next, after that, okay, now we'll move to the EX4. That is, EX4 means tetrahalides. EX4, that is tetrahalides. Tetrahalides. Here also fluorides are more stable. Fluorides are stable because fluorine is smaller one, no steric effect, easy to accommodate. So SF4 greater than SCl4 greater than SBr4 greater than Si4 it is. So for example, SCl4 I am taking for this sulfur, chlorine, 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 chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4 electrons of sulfur. 2 more left because 3s2 3p4 configuration, 6 electrons in valence shell of sulfur, 4 completed and remaining 2 I am writing here. This shape is called seesaw shape, seesaw structure. It is actually trigonal bipyramidal, sp3d hybridization, trigonal bipyramidal. It contains 5 corners. 1 corner occupied by the lone pair instead of atom. That's why trigonal bipyramidal shape is converted into seesaw structure. These are tetrahalides. Next one is dihalides. Next one is dihalides. Dihalides. These are taken as EX2, where E may be sulfur, selenium, tellurium and X may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Yeah, dihalides are SCl2, SBr2, Si2 and SF2. If you take SCl2, SCl and Cl with 2 lone pairs. Okay, on sulfur there are 2 lone pairs like H2O it is actually. Okay students, the bond angle is actually 103 degrees. Undergoes sp3 hybridization, shape is angular. Okay. Shortcut given to identify the hybridization and bond angle in chemical bonding chapter, students, verify it. If you have any doubts, post in our group for hybridizations and bond angles. So angular, actually for sp3 hybridization 109.5 degrees, it is not there. 103 degrees right, because there is a repulsions between the lone pairs and bond pairs. That's why bond angle becomes reduced. Getting all of you? Yes, these are dihalides. Afterwards, monohalides. Monohalides. These can be taken as EX or E2X2. It is dimer actually. Right students? So actually these are undergoes, for example, S2Cl2, S2Br2, Se2Cl2, Se2Br2, whatever it may be. These are S2Cl2 if I took SCl, SCl. These are available like that, otherwise Cl, Cl, like that they can available. Monohalides, these are existed as a dimers, and hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Shape is a linear shape, nothing but. Okay, this is the bond angle you can take here. Bond angle will be 104 actually it is. It's not linear, it is like a open book structure, nothing but. Like H2O2, it is a open book structure. Like a H2O2, open book structure. Okay, these are all monohalides. So here the monohalides can be disproportionate. The monohalides can be disproportionate. Yes, the monohalides can be disproportionate. 2s2Cl2 gives rise to SCl4 plus S. Disproportionation is a redox reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place. So S2Cl2, here plus 1 is the oxidation state, here plus 4 and it is 0. Chlorines are 4, each chlorine carries minus 1 charge, 4 into minus 1 minus 4 should be equal to 0 by plus 4. Sulfur in the natural form, it means uncombined state, that is why 0, it is plus 1. Plus 1 to plus 4 is oxidation, increase in oxidation state, oxidation. Plus 1 to 0, that is decrease in oxidation state, reduction. One oxidation state undergoes oxidation as well as a reduction. That kind of reaction, that kind of redox reaction is called disproportionation reaction. Getting, students? Now with this 16th group elements, periodic properties, physical properties, chemical properties and chemical reactivity with hydrogen, halogens and oxygen we have studied. In our next session we will study oxygen compounds and sulfur compounds.